So the thought of having to make, eat, and clean up after dinner can sound not so fun, but our next guest says finding a meal prep method can really help with that.
So joining us now, a tips to conquer mealtime, registered dietitian at Good Housekeeping Institute, Stefani Sassos. Good morning to you. How you doing?
I'm great. Thank you guys so much for having me.
So meal prepping, you're talking about making something on a Sunday for the rest of the week.
Well, there's a couple different types of meal prep that we'll highlight, and it doesn't have to be this really rigid, overwhelming, right? Big prep in the beginning of the week. There are some little tips and tricks that I'll share with you that can make it a little bit less daunting.
I'm so glad you said that, because when I think about trying to make 5 meals on Sunday, it just kind of sucks the life out of your weekend, right? So what are some of the benefits that come with meal prepping? Let's get to that first, because I think a lot of people think that, oh gosh, it's really tedious, but it actually will help you stress less and save you a whole lot of time.
100%. That's the whole beauty of meal prep. It is designed to save you time and money because it's meant to simplify and streamline your cooking routine. Best of all, you're going to reduce food waste in the kitchen, which is so imperative right now. And it's also going to make sure that you are controlling exactly what's going into the food that you eat, right? So making sure it's as healthy as it can possibly be. There's no mystery ingredients, and the preparation method is exactly how you want it to be.
Okay.
So let's walk us through some of the steps on how to start early for meal prepping and what's the easiest way to do it.
Totally. So in our Good Housekeeping Easy Meal Prep Cookbook, we give you step-by-step instructions to highlight the different types of meal prep and the steps. So the 4 steps that we talk about are plan, shop, prep, and cook. So when it comes to planning, you're going to sit down, take a look at your week, plot out what days you're going to need meals, and figure out what recipes you want to create. Now, in our cookbook, if that seems really daunting, we're going to make it easy for you. We have 4 weeks of sample meal plans, which is a game changer because it's going to ease you into the meal prepping, and it's going to hand select recipes that make sense. So you have variety for the week, which is really cool.
Oh.
And then from there, you're going to make your shopping list, right? So you're going to go to the grocery store on a mission. You know exactly what you're going to get. And my tips for the grocery store, you want to start with packaged, canned, and dry goods first, then hit the produce section, and then finish up with the cold and perishable items. So in terms of dietitian approved meal prep game changers, a staple in my home is Good Housekeeping Nutritionist approved Green Giant rice veggies and veggie spirals. These are 100% vegetables. That's it. Yes, the cauliflower rice, it's amazing. And who wants to sit in great cauliflower when you can just get it already frozen and put it on the skillet, right? And it's just vegetables, that's it. So it's incredible for seasoning it your way and getting food ready in a flash. And another staple in my home especially is Good Housekeeping Nutritionist approved Dash seasonings. Are you guys fans of Dash
seasonings?
Seasonings?
Yes, I love Dash. A dash of this, a dash of that.
Totally. So
no, I get it, the Dash seasoning.
They have such a huge plethora of different types of seasonings, right? They have a new one called Everything But the Salt. It's like an everything bagel seasoning. It's so good. But in cooking, I love, the garlic and herb, the onion and herb, and that's just going to give you a total flavor boost with your meals.
And I love those because you don't have to cut up all the garlic or all the onions and whatnot. It's just easy just to, like you say, put a dash of it on there. But I want to get back to something that you had mentioned up top, and that is you don't have to do the full 5 days in advance. You're going to show us some tips how to make that easier.
Yeah. So there's 3 different types of meal prep. The first is big batch cooking, which is kind of what you described, where maybe on the weekend, you make a big multi-serving recipe and you freeze that for the week or next month. And so if you have the time and you have the resources, that's a great option. Another thing that you can do is individual portions, which is where you make a total complete meal that's just totally cooked and prepared, and you can grab it during the week. But my favorite option is prepped ingredients, and that's a little bit of what I have going on here. So in the beginning of the week, I got some zucchini, I put it in the spiralizer, I chopped some red chili pepper, and prepped a little bit of shrimp. And that way, during the week, when I wanted a really quick meal, I did, from our Good Housekeeping cookbook, this 1 sheet pan zoodles and shrimp, and just threw it on the sheet pan, threw it in the oven, no nonsense, that was it, right? So just prepping those little ingredients, whether it's chopping, whether it's making a big batch of rice in the beginning of the week, it can save you precious minutes after a long work day, you know, during the week where you just don't have the time to slave over the stove.
And just get over all the dirty dishes over on one day, right? And you have to worry about the rest of the week. 'Cause I love cooking. I just don't like doing the dishes afterwards. And so you guys are also going to be releasing a book that helps map out how to prep simple and tasty meals. Just give me a quick little snapshot of the book.
Sure. So the book is going to be available March 2nd. It's available for pre-order now, wherever books are sold, including Amazon. It has over 100 healthy, delicious recipes that are tested to perfection by culinary experts in Good Housekeeping.
So that means they taste good. They actually taste good, right?
Yes. And they're going to come out fantastic. I mean, we test them on different ranges, different stoves, everything. So in your kitchen, you can feel confident that it's going to come out delicious and gourmet.
I love it. You may want to test it on my kids, though, because, boy, they're picky eaters. Thank you, Stephanie. We appreciate all the great information you provided today.
Thanks so much, guys. Be well.